Здрасте.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see or a you've aged, old man? I thought you were dead. Or throwing yourself against the walls of some re-education center. It's been 5 years, Clyde. The best thing you can say is, hey there, Hullhead?
No, Felix. The best thing I can say to you is yet to come. Also, I'd like to have a word with your captain. So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong.
I don't know what you're trying to say, but he's earned his keep with us.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy. I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy, that one day, he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix. But neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him. I understand that Felix is part of your crew, at least for now. If the thought of losing him troubles you, then understand that you're helping him solve a problem for an old friend. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely. We're not a band of common pirates, Captain. We are revolutionaries. I expect a certain degree of intestinal fortitude from my soldiers. Trask was a coward. Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel better, by all means. Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token. Well enough. It's been a few years, but I still remember a thing or two. You had a chip on your shoulder. You'd argue over anything, and you'd never back down.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
You see what I had to deal with? Let's hear it. I was working on this plan for years, saving every bit I could, drawing plans, biding my time. I never intended to spend my life laboring on the groundbreaker. When the opportunity presented itself, I did what I had to do. I left.
You might have said something.
I had some ugly business in Scylla. If I told you, I would have implicated you. Hephaestus controlled mining operations all over Scylla. Most of these operations failed. The company pulled out and abandoned their facilities. Mostly abandoned anyway. This one was running on a skeleton crew. My associates and I seized control in a matter of minutes. A revolution is the work of a lifetime, Captain. I've spent my life preparing for the day of Halcyon's reckoning. Everything you see around you is the result of that preparation. a base of operations, loyal soldiers, freedom from the board's oversight. Not all revolutions involve bloodshed and fire, Captain. The purest act of rebellion is to live according to one's own means, independent of any masters. One day, when the board is weak and Halcyon vulnerable, we may claim a piece of this system for ourselves. Until then, we bide our time. The skies around Scylla are curiously absent of patrol ships. It's almost as if the board's sphere of influence is shrinking. Besides, our facility is well armed and located on defensible terrain. If the board tries to lay siege to us, we'll make them pay. Hardly. The board is rotting from the inside. Tomorrow, next year, a generation from now, eventually, the board will fall to pieces. Entropy is the natural state of the universe, Captain. All systems inevitably dissolve. When that day comes to Halcyon, we will be ready. Something on your mind?
That Harlow reminds me of my old dentist, and not in a good way.
Согласен, мне он не нравится. Он очень-очень мутный. И почему мы должны ему... Ну, типа из-за Феликса, но зачем это нужно Феликсу? Непонятно. Ладно, полетели. Полетели на первопроходец, окей.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs. The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Can we talk?
Нет. Что тебе, Парвати?
Hey, Captain. I got a thing I want to ask you. It's kind of big. I was thinking about what you said before, after we went to the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. I reckon you're right. I think I'm ready to stop fretting and fussing and
Как ты меня
ask Jue
задолбала,
to
а?
go steady, straight out. And I'm thinking of doing it here, on the ship. I was kind of hoping you'd offer. The thing is, I can't ask her over like this. I mean, look at me. I'm all covered in engine
Так
grease and I ain't
вымойся,
showered
ёб
in nigh
твою
on a
мать.
week.
В чем
Smell
проблема?
like sweat most days and, well, don't look too close to my fingernails. I was thinking, hoping, we could stop by Groundbreaker for bath supplies. Oh, that nice older lady in the rest and go, Miss Gladys? She seemed to know lots of things. Maybe she knows where to find fancy soap.
Начинается мальчик, блядь, на побегушках.
I mean, only if you're not busy. Or when you're heading through Groundbreaker for something else. You don't gotta change plans on account of me.
Ну, конечно, ладно.
Anyhow, next time we dock in Groundbreaker, let me know. Cause I wanna come with.
Ладно, пошли вместо Эшли. Блядь, вместо Элли пойдешь. Запарила, блин. Уже твою квестовую линейку выполнили. Что тебе еще надо от меня? Господя. Все, блин, члены экипажа как члены экипажа. Одна это лезет со своими, блин, лесбийскими отношениями. Ну, доставай кого-нибудь другого, серьезно. Вот, на тебе за это. Посейвимся. Так, вначале Каразани, потом будем выполнять все это, вот это Парвати. Так, The Lost Hope, последняя надежда. А потом как раз туда пойдем. Так, Розанна, вот он. Да убери ты, блин, пушку эту.
You mind trying to have a moment here? Pleased to make your acquaintance, Mr. Contempt for Boundaries. Could you do me a favor and get spaced?
Заткнись.
Well, excuse you. Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. That's Harlow's mark, no mistake. Guess he's not letting this one go. I don't want any manner of harm befalling Rufus. Not on my account. Hey, easy. I'm just trying to go about my day. Don't need some hired thug glaring me down.
Tough guy.
Rufus and his band of merry gun hands are hiding out in Emerald Vale. I swear, that's all I know. Not inclined to answer your questions. Not after the way you talk to me. Yeah, all right. What else did you need? That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw, I wouldn't renew even if I wanted to. Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and ran off that very day.
Как с Феликсом. Знакомая история, Феликс.
He must have been recruiting, gathering up his band of revolutionaries.
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something.
100%.
I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off having this discussion with Rufus. Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. Never asked why. He was here to collect his personals, complain about Harlow to me, and say goodbye. In that order. No, and he was particular about that. Said I was better off not getting entangled in his mess. Little late for that, says I. Appreciate it. No offense meant, just been a long day is all.
Пошла. Пошла нахер. Ладно. Так, что мы можем прокачать? Науку. Взлом. Знаток. Взлом автоматонов. Отключить на 20 секунд. Да нахера оно мне надо? Да давай. С удовольствием. Так, что у нас там? Оружие дальнего боя, штраф точности в движении, минус. Раскачивание оружия дальнего боя. Критическим ударом. Давай. Так, высказать все Треску. Да подожди ты, тут еще вот со своими банными принадлежностями. Мать ее за ногу, блин.
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late. I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple for myself.
По 5000, наверное.
High-grade shampoo and conditioner, scrubby brush, a nice lotion, that sort of thing. I still got 'em too.
What's the scrubby brush for?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Makes your hands soft. Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Яблочный.
Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot on Groundbreaker just smells like old socks.
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering, I'd be safe with refurbished ship. Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, I'd pick mock apples and cinnamon.
I guess you could eeny miny moe it?
Take your time, dear. A lady's scent says a lot about her.
Давай яблочный возьмем.
Captain!
I'll just wrap that up for you, since it's for a special occasion.
I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
You're welcome, dear. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Да. Все, ты довольна, Парвати, или нет? Так, что там по Парвати? Не кусайте солнце. Поговорить с ней, узнайте. Так, давай, пока мы здесь. Да, убери ты дурынду
I
эту.
hope this fancy soap we got is extra strength. I'm feeling a mite ripe. Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. Salt tuna and xeno
Че,
gold.
издеваешься, что ли? Я не полечу
And
до
then for
монарха
dessert,
за
there's a
тебя.
thing called, sweetheart cake. It's made with almond paste and wax gourds. There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia, what specializes in sweets.
Че, издеваешься, что ли?
Surely, Captain. When I got everything all planned out, all I gotta do is follow the steps. Then I don't got time to be nervous.
О нет. Только не бляха летать. Господи, надо было от Парвати сразу избавляться. Капздец какой-то. Полгалактики облететь, сука, со сраным тортом, блять, из запеканки. Че, издеваешься, что ли? Серьезно? В реальной жизни я бы ее нахер бы послал прям сходу. Не, ну это кто вообще эти задания писал? Ну, серьезно, блин. Лететь на другую планету, бляха, чтобы запеканку сделать для лесбиянок. Это
Captain,
пипец.
if you're looking for crew members Ellie
А.
and Felix, they're
Кобздец, короче, кобздец полный вообще.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Не, ну я терпеливый, я эту сучку буду, я выполню ее задание, но потом она у меня просто идет нахер, сразу, сходу. Буду сейчас ей тут еще романтические ужины, бляха, устраивать.
Can we talk?
Что тебе надо от меня?
Where are we headed?
За твоими странными запеканками. Куда мы идем? Как видишь, бляха.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
He's always cranky.
Не очень я люблю вот это вот подай, принеси, знаешь, бегать на побегушках, блин. Повар, иди сюда.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit. Easy for you to say. You can hop into your spaceship and leave any time.
We're used to folks swooning at our feet. You don't gotta be embarrassed.
A healthy survival reflex is nothing to be embarrassed about. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves.
Сейчас это Парвати, сейчас этот шеф начнет говорить, что для запеканки Парвати вам надо убить тех, слетать на ту планету, слетать на вот эту, принести мне ингредиент такой, принести ингредиент такой, и потом я сделаю вашу сраную запеканку.
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rat spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation, and I was a fool for staying. That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters hereabouts. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
Oh, yikes. I can't cover this much, Captain.
Сколько?
What? No, Captain, I don't want you to do it this way.
You're right, boss. I think this guy's trying to fleece us. Maybe we ought to pay him in a couple of busted kneecaps.
Both of you, stop it.
It's all right, miss. I'm a coward at heart. Made that clear from the outset. Look, Captain, this is the best I can do without putting myself out of business.
Ну, в смысле, что у меня? У меня нет 2000.
Sure, just... Look,
Серьезно? А сколько у меня денег? У меня 133 рубля всего. Так, ладно, пошли торговать. Сейчас будем продавать патроны. Так, давай смотреть, что мы можем продать. Во-первых, штурмовую винтовку. Во-вторых, так, легкие боеприпасы. Тяжелые боеприпасы. Так, вот эту, в принципе, вот эту пушку можно, но я не хочу продавать пушки. А у меня просто больше нечего продавать, прикинь. Так, придется наборы продавать. 750. Так. Супер оптика 2000 и мистер кислота. Вот это, короче. Все? Нет, еще. Так, подожди. Так, детали для брони. Что еще? Все, да? Я больше ничего не могу продать. Ну, можно было шунты, но они стоят копейки. 0,75. Ладно, давай я продам супероптику. Прицел 6... Мне это не нужно. Блин, у меня и так было. Подожди, ладно. Все, нормально. Двушка, давай. Я все потратил на апгрейд.
I see you stuck around.
А сколько он первый раз, интересно, предложил?
If you got the bits, check them. I'm mighty glad you reckon so. This is gonna take about an hour in the oven. Nothing I can do to speed it. That's just how cooking works. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to help such a charming young lady. You're a gentle soul, miss. Be careful with this one, all right? He's kind of a brute.
Oh, gosh. My tum's rumbling just smelling that casserole. The dustback casserole Mr. Raymond made smells incredible. Oh, I kind of want to take a little taste. But I'm gonna be strong. You gotta be more careful about what you say around Felix. He's a good guy, but real impressionable. I don't want him thinking it's okay to threaten folk.
Можно и нужно.
No, Captain. Bad folk maybe if they're gonna hurt somebody otherwise, but Raymond wasn't bad. He was just a man doing his job. Now look how cute these cakes from Cascadia are. Someone even traced little hearts in them. I guess that settles dinner. Thanks for hauling me all over creation, Captain. Well, I was gonna, but then it hit me.
Это плохо, не надо
I got
думать.
this nice meal all planned out with music, and I got that soap to scrub up with, but I don't got nothing nice to wear, Captain. I'm fine for overhauling an engine, maybe. There's this place I heard of in Byzantium, Joliker's Haberdashery. I bet I could find something nigh on perfect at a place like that. Vicar would say it's the universal equation at work. I reckon it's just that 90% of everything that ain't crap is in Byzantium. I know this is all a little crazy, Captain, but I think it's gotta be this place. I saw the lady who runs it on Aetherwave, and, well, she made everybody she dressed feel better. Confident. Thanks, Captain. I know I've
Да,
been
ты
asking
меня
a lot,
подзадолбала
but you help
порядком.
me out every time. You're the best.
Все, валим отсюда. Блин, спустил все этот. Так, все, переключаемся на задание «Дружеский долг». Треск скрывается в Эмералд Вейл. Давай. Так быстрее. Ох, это Парвати душная. Я реально с ней всю игру бегаю. То, блин, в самом начале бегал с ней. С этой Дзюнлей, блин, туда-сюда, туда-сюда. Теперь, блин, по всем планетам бегай. Платье ищи, жратву ищи. Капздец, конечно, да.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Так, с Феликс и Элли. Убираем Парвати и ставим Элли, давай. Я что-то думал, что Парвати квест уже закончился. Так, сейчас текстуры прогрузятся. Окей. Сейф. Edgewater. Где это вообще? Далеко ли? Близко ли, далеко ли? Да, очень далеко на самом-то деле. Лучше отсюда пойдем. Так, сюда что ли? Видимо, да. А, это ботанический этот. Все, я уже просто давно тут не был, на самом деле. Это самое начало игры. Я что-то такое, типа, ну окей. Как вообще сюда подняться? Я думаю, где-то здесь, по идее, должен быть проход. Но, насколько я успел заметить, тут вроде как на планетах уровень не растет. Поэтому, если это, допустим, будет псида, то они... То они будут лоховские.
They can't keep us out.
Ну да, видишь, они быстро очень умирают. Хорошо, ладно, как сюда попасть вообще? Как вообще сюда забраться? Понял как. Тайный проход. Охраняемый первобытными. Северное ущелье. Да, но здесь точка перемещения теперь появилась. Бандиты? Ну да, бандиты.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me.
Ну как бы да, но на самом деле как бы нет.
Former wife. And if you so much as hurt a hair on Rosanna's head, I will put you in the ground.
Не надо, чувак, со мной так разговаривать.
Yeah, okay. I'm having a conversation with a hired killer, but I'm supposed to relax. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying. How do I know that I can trust you? Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes.
Мне тоже он не понравился сразу.
Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task. Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. You want to confront Harlow yourself? Be my guest. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent. Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse. Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy, and that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me.
Я верю этому Руфусу, он прав.
Take it you've made up your mind. You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Can we talk?
Элли?
So, we're just gonna march straight into Byzantium and acquire some rare chemicals right under the board's nose? I sure hope you negotiated for a raise with this Phineas guy. Ever notice how this job gets bigger and more dangerous every time he calls in? He's asking a lot, Captain. Makes me wonder what your angle is.
Ну, на благо колонии лент неизвестно. Было бы правильнее сказать, что я тоже хочу оживить чуваков с надежды. Он мне платит, этого достаточно.
Fair enough. But you should know he's not the only game in town. The board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got more than enough bits to pay it. I've got no love for the corporations, but they know how to take care of their people. The ones at the top, anyway. Everyone is. The board just pays the best. I know you want to save the day, but don't forget to look after yourself. No one else out here's going to.
Тоже верно.
Don't mention it, just speaking from experience. Anything else? Something about this Harlow guy isn't on the up and up.
Нечисто.
You want to expand on that?
Come on, Felix. He's obviously up to something. Glad it's not just me. The way Harlow is leaning on his revolutionary bona fides, not to mention his knowing Felix back in the day, something about it feels off.
Clyde's a decent fellow. I mean, it's not like I'd take up with some double-dealing crook, right?
Феликс, ну ты тупица. Тебе ж только что сказал, блин, Руфус. О, ты че, в жопой, что ли, слушал?
I'm not suggesting otherwise, especially if Harlow's paying. I'm just saying we ought to keep our eyes open.
Ладно, разберемся. Так, доказательство треска. Где оно? Надо улетать, да? Ну давай. Значит, у нас, получается, осталось разобраться с Феликсом. С Элли пока непонятно. Наверное, может, надо с ней разговаривать. И потом, вроде как, получается, нужно лететь на Византии. Да пусть бухает, мне похрен. Так, на Сылу. База Харлоу. Давай туда. Да тем же составом, на самом деле. Пока что этот меня состав более чем устраивает. В кои-то веки когда-нибудь возьмем эту, как ее? Парвати, но чисто так. Для бутика. пока у меня все равно денег нету. Мне надо какое-нибудь задание крупное выполнить, чтобы мне заплатили. Так, сейф. Так, а что там? Клайд. Доказательства. А, так я уже читал эти сообщения, камон. Я понял сразу. Я ж читал. Это ж я тут читал. Подожди. Вот доказательства Треска. Я через. Я что-то. Подожди. Подожди секунду. А, вот, смотри. А, в шахте, он же сказал, в шахту заныкал. Так, а где шахта? Подожди. Ёпстутай. Вот. Это чеки с подробной информацией о выплатах наемнику Харлоу, выпущенные от имени коллегии. Также включены названия нескольких грузовых кораблей, ставших целью экипажа Харлоу, их судовые манифесты и общая стоимость всех грузов, доставленных представителям коллегии. Феликс, вот так вот. Так-то.
What's the word? So it is. Thus ends Rufus Trask. Once a sensible man, by and by a fool, presently a corpse.
Hope his gas bag's paying us by the hour.
I hope you never have to discover what it is like, Captain. The relief one feels when a mutiny comes to an end.
The Trask had some things to say about you. And I've got my own misgivings.
That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand?
Чувак, ты удивишься. Тебя купили.
Those papers don't
В
prove a
смысле?
thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for. You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar to my face. How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor. I didn't ask you to understand his motives. I asked you to cross him off.
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Take your best shot.
Ах ты гнида.
That's the last of him.
Это был последний, да.
They're on us. Like true professionals.
Феликс. Стоять, мать твою, бояться. Что?
Their mistake.
Теперь ты огребаешь. И я сейчас сделаю то, что я давно хотел. Облутаю эту базу. О, да. Просто все забираем отсюда. Сабли, не сабли. Харлоу. Вот так. И сейф. Вот как мы его четко вывели на чистую воду, а? Надо будет потом с Феликсом поговорить. Так, шоковое оружие и пистолет. Куртка медвежатника. Ага. Да, это строитель. Он не будет меня атаковать.
That's the last of them.
Все, уходим отсюда, из этого богом забытого места. Прости, Феликс, но... Короче, как-то так.
This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think. No. I guess you really don't. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me. I just hope I never turn out like that. Selling my soul for a fistful of bits. Thanks for the vote of confidence, boss. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time, boss.
Поговорите. Так, на корабле. 52 800. Сколько ж за Парвати дадут? Феликс получает способность независимость. Так, погодь, где это посмотреть? Подожди, в конце, вот здесь. Наносимый послеброневой урон плюс 50%. Ну что теперь, Парвати с собой, что ли, таскать? Серьезно? Я это прозевал. Так, субсвет. Так, картридж перехвата позволит вам передать управление системами станции субсвету, обозначив права Лили на этот ценный трофей. А, это к станции надо лететь, да? Угу. Так, Парвати, это Парвати. Так, ну короче, у меня тут в принципе осталось всего ничего. Подожди, а вот это... Что там за задание я прозевал? Так, ну что, получается, Элли берем теперь и Парвати, да? Феликс нам, в принципе, получается, уже не
Crew
нужен.
report. Bioka is drunk.
Да, ты уже говорила. Так, на страже здоровья. Так, расскажите Ванде.
Surprise.
Я как раз успею слетать, да? До первого... Да, господи.
Destination reached. The groundbreaker.
Видимо, вот эти планеты и Тартар, это...
Hey, Cap. Can we talk?
Что тебе от
Something
меня
busted,
нужно?
Captain? Oh, you mean Sam? He's just the sweetest, ain't he? A real charmer.
Да
my
он
dad
вообще
said.
милашка.
Nah, but I've been thinking on one. Gotta get to know him better, I think. Maybe ask him what he prefers. It ain't nice to give folks a nickname without him giving you the okay first, you know? Of course, that don't stop Felix.
Так, с Феликса убираем, ставим... Парвати нет. Давай Сэм поставим. Будет прикольно. Надо как-то выбрать время поговорить с Элли, пораспрашивать. Там, в принципе, у меня, получается, осталась только она, не задействована вообще как-то по сюжетке ее. Так, сейф. Давай пробежимся. Ну и в следующей серии пойдем уже в Византий. Последнюю локацию в игре. Я думаю, одну из самых больших, наверное, локаций. Ну, на уровне монарха, может даже побольше. Посмотрим. Доктор Дорсет. А, нет, это не Дорсет. Вот Дорсет.
Well, well, Dr. Fenhill. It's not often I see you on this side of sickbay.
I make it a point not to get shot, and when I do, I can usually take care of the mess myself.
It'd be nice to have you in here patching people up, not just blowing them apart.
I respect what you're doing here, but you know I'm not ready to settle down. It's not you, it's me.
Have it your way then. You always do. Now, about your friend here. Were I a gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible for my mechanical safe return.
Да.
I can't thank you enough.
Ок. 3,5. Лучше бы мне 3,5 денег дали. А денег сейчас даст 250. А, 7000 опыта? Деньги нужны. 1500 битов. Ну мало, да, мало. Мало. Полторашку всего. Мне опыт уже не сколько нужен, сколько нужны деньги. Так, что можно продать? Давай вот это продадим. Уровень 16. Уровень 17. Куртка медвежатника. Тетушкин антибактериальный крем. Все равно мне все это не нужно. Все, пошли. Денег у меня 5300. Ну, ладно, хоть так. Такс. И теперь... Да, вот это где, кстати говоря? Давай посмотрим. Да, еще вот это задание у меня осталось от субсвету Тиля. $94. Вот это тоже, кстати, можно было бы продать. А вот это поставим. Ну ладно, потом уже не буду сейчас отвлекаться. 89,5. Да, пока ладно, норм. Может, кстати, это кому-то отдать, допустим. Не, у него тут стоит, короче, норма. У него тут все хорошо. Что у него, кстати, стоит? Уборка. Длительность вредоносных эффектов минус 25%, плюс 10 запугивания. Потери репутации за убийство минус 20%. Урон автоматоном плюс 20%. И шоу начал. Слушай, ну он прикольный, кстати, тип. По характеристикам. Так. Преобразователь. Двуручное оружие ближнего боя. Не, давай оставим норм, ладно. Конечно, мне очень нравится в этом плане Макс, потому что в его присутствии научное оружие на 20% больше бьет. А это прилично. Но Макс... С Максом я уже достаточно побегал.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Так, давай посмотрим, что это за место. А, это дополнительная локация. Блин. А где вообще этот Терра, Олимп, Монарх? Куда лететь-то вообще на планету? Прикинь, я не вижу. Активно ледяной дворец. Давай посмотрим, что за станция.
We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
Выдвигаемся. Титус Андроикус. Блин, игра опять что-то разошлась.
Please check battery levels before initiating an extended sanitization session.
Восстановить питание, терминал управления. Ладненько, хорошо. В следующей серии побежим по этому локации.